Hi, Alia.
Sorry, wait, muted everybody. You were saying something? You can't hear me? No? We just wait a few minutes till everyone else comes. You remember what we were going to do today?
We were gonna do Chad, like that country in
Why can't
Central
I
Africa.
still hear you?
We were
Okay.
gonna do Chad.
Yes. No, I can't. Did you do any research? Did you find any pictures?
Yeah.
Let me give you sharing. Oh, sorry. Do you have any
So one
pictures
thing
you'd
I
like to
found
share?
out as the map of Chad, it's supposed to be made such that it represents a face of the Chad people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let me see. Because even I found a map, but I didn't see it like that. I didn't do
So
any research on that. Oh, yeah, you're right. It does look like a face looking towards the west. How interesting is that?
and the other, I didn't find much of the food thing. Like
Okay, no
it just
problem.
said more about restaurants when I was researching.
Restaurants in Chad?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have any menus?
I think let me check once again.
Hi, Ruth.
Good evening, teacher. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Okay, we're going to do a travel page today. Ruth, did you manage to do any research on Chad? It's okay. Never mind.
They do have a few menus.
They do? Okay. Anything recognizable that we can draw?
There's this very popular place. One second, I'm just looking for the name of it.
Okay. Where is everyone else?
Um, Cote Jordan, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Sorry.
Cote Jordan. I think it's Cote Jordan, however you pronounce it.
How do you spell it? Coast.
COT.
Oh, it's a garden coast.
Yeah.
A coast garden. Oh, interesting. Okay. So what are these?
Very
Stews
popular
and
place.
in what is the place called? Jamena, Chad. Okay, so this was French rule, no? This is an interesting thing you go through TripAdvisor. Very cool. Hmm. So is this a capital city? Jamena?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Should I stop my share?
Yeah. We can choose one of these pictures to sketch there. Okay. So what was the last travel page we'd done? Remember?
Bhutan.
Oh, yeah. So this, let us go to Bhutan.
Bhutan's
Correct.
We did the Takin.
Yeah, correct. So the pictures that I've shared have got, let me see, the stuff that we have on the group. So the desert, Chad is right, I think, in the middle of the Sahara Desert. So you have a lot of these very curious looking mountains. This is the map, but I don't have a map of any river or anything over here. So it's a landlocked country amongst all this whole bunch of middle countries which are landlocked. Yeah, and even these are all landlocked. Then you have these very interesting boats that they've made out of straw. Then we have these houses, which are again mud houses, suitable for dry climates. They've got probably holes for ventilation, but not very big windows because they don't want any hot air inside. So they trap the cold air, cool air. Then we have a very interesting thing, the coat of arms of the country. These are always fun to draw.
That's
And
the
then you have, sorry?
that's the embassy.
No, no, no. So this is the coat of arms that is, many countries have a coat of arms and they put animals and certain symbols like this blue and yellow. Uh, what is this called? Rickrack or something like that. Coat of arms or design of coat of arms is also a very interesting art form. So it becomes something that represents you, and all these are symbols of something or the other. A ram means something, a lion means something. So one day we'll do a study of coat of arms also. It's very nice. It's like flags. What do the colors represent in flags? And then we have one animal, which is the black rhino from here, which we can draw. So we have a rhino, we have the houses, we have boats, map, and what can this even be called? Just a mountainscape, I guess. Okay, so we'll try and draw all these today, or as many as we can. And if need be, then we will, um, next week, we will do the coloring. Okay, so let's start off with drawing that really tall. Oh, the next piece is here. So we have this tall mountain over here. It can be on one side, not mountain, it's just a rock formation. Then we could draw the boat somewhere over here. So it almost looks like the river is over here. We can draw the houses over here. And somewhere in the middle, we can draw the coat of arms and the map, or the map in the middle and the coat of arms over here, the symbol, or the flag. I'd also got a picture of the flag. I don't know why it's not shared. I'll share it in a bit.
Book called The Flags of the World. So over there, there's like a lot of information on each country,
Uh-huh.
and I got some information from that as well.
Okay.
And the choice of colors were meant to be a combination of blue, white, and red
Hmm.
because it's green, yellow, and red. And the blue on the flag represents hope. The gold
Hmm.
symbolizes the sun in
Hmm.
desert, and the red optimizes the bloodshed over independence.
So what is it? What are the colors of the Chadian flag?
Blue, gold, and red.
Okay, wait. Blue, gold, and red. Correct. Right. Okay, good. So we can write this down. Okay, shall we start? Now this is on our A4 sheet. Remember to always proportion. The rock formation is going to be like this, a big thing. And then maybe we can extend this down and draw the houses here and then draw the boats here. I'm shifting the boats to the right. So it just looks like one continuous uh, composition. So if we're going to draw all these things, we need some space. The houses are going to be about this big. Maybe just one house can be drawn. And the boat is going to be one boat that sticks out like that, or maybe two boats, one over here and one over here, with maybe a man standing or not. Okay, so this much space for that. This is the house, and this is the rock formation. So every time you're drawing something, these compositions are very important. If you feel, actually, let's start with the center. Let's draw the houses in the center first. So the houses are going to be only so big. And I'm going to draw a small section over here, which is for the main part of the house, the low part of the house. It's just this small. And then you have something that's slightly bigger on either side, and that's the house. Maybe just over here, because there's nothing in the foreground. There are no trees, no shrubs or anything. So it's over here, low. All right, so this is how the house will be drawn. I'm going to draw one line like this, no more than about as tall as my finger is. And another line over here, but this will go taller. And another line over here. So the first line is a little short, the other two lines are tall. And these houses will have, one of them will have a roof like that, and the roof is coming downwards. And the bottom, oh, this will become very tall. The bottom will have two sides coming in, and then you have a small door like that. Now here there are some urns and troughs. So we will draw just before this. The house is going to go around like that. Huh? So we will draw a small trough. This is like a pot outside the house. And then draw a line that is not straight or too round, because this has to look very unfinished. Oh, I was supposed to make a door there. Okay, we'll make a door here. The inside of the door like that. So it's a very fat wall. One minute, view options. Am I seeing Alia's screen or my screen? Okay. Then from somewhere below here, we will draw the top of the building like this. And then from here, we will go as tall as this part of the adjoining building, or maybe even shorter. And then from there, come as tall as this part. So draw an inverted V shape over here, like we have drawn here, but then bring this line down. Sorry. Yeah. And then make the roof like that. and go to the other side. Are you with me? I'm not going too fast for you. Okay, now here again, slightly higher, you will make this water trough. And again, slightly higher, we will make the end of the building. Now here I'll pull a wall to the side like this, another wall to the side like this, and in between this, I'm going to draw a very soft line of stairs. Now each of these dips, you can bring the line to the front like that, slightly slanted. And between them, you can make the same shape as you see on the other side. So you get the shape of the stairs here. Now see, I have some lines extending out here and up there, but I'm not going to pay attention to that. Now here we will make semicircle shapes. Make one on top and then make two on the side. And then just a little offset, make two. So I'm changing this design a little bit from the original design, just so that it looks well balanced. And here the center is slightly shifted. So in the same height, I will have three over here, but it will be slightly to the right of the structure. And then four. And the same thing on top of this door. One, two, three. And also some here. Now we'll make a door inside this. Okay, you with me? Aha, very cute, very nice. Very good. Very nice. All right. So we'll leave the houses now and we will make the rock formation just on its side. So it should almost look as if the rock is now going to be in the same neighborhood, but we can't show it in the same line. So we will, from the outside of the page, just a little higher maybe, we can make a base for that rock formation. It's just a line that goes like a rock. And these are almost like sedimentary rocks. So you draw lines like that. So it looks like it's a little behind the houses, not right here too, so that it will topple down on top of them. And then we just look at the proportion. We take this line up and make sure that the line is not at all straight. So it just goes a little angular, then it goes straight a little bit. And then a little distance away, you will have these rocks. The shape of the rock is like that. So I'm going to show you the shape of the rock, the original rock. And I want you to see that and draw that. Okay? This is how the rock is. Now you can follow me. So this is the rock. Goes all the way up, and it's got a base like that. Can you imagine how it must have become like that? I can't even imagine. And then you have a shape like that first. This is the base of the rock. And then on top of that, you continue these same kind of lines. And you make the rest of the rock. Here also at the bottom, you still have these lines. But it's just very dark to see. All right, are you on with me? Okay, moving on. Oh, we have the rhino also. First, we'll draw the boat here, and then if we have space for rhino, we'll make rhino. Okay, now the boat is going to be like a teardrop shape first, and the front of that teardrop shape goes up and then goes like a leaf behind. So I'm going to show this to you in rough first. You can draw after me. Actually, I'll draw it behind. So imagine this teardrop shape like that. Actually, imagine a C shape like that. And actually, it can go up also. And then from this side, but not rounded, you have another shape coming in like this. And then it goes to the side, it pinches over there because it's made from bunches of straw or some kind of plant. So we draw these plant things like that. Then from here, you draw the next line and tie the bits next to each other like that. And then finally, they all come together over here. And in this, they're all tied separately. Similarly, we have one line over here, and then we have stuff that is tied up over here. This is how our shape is going to be. This is how it'll look like a three-dimensional boat. And this can come inside like that. All right? Oh, sorry. Suddenly I was wondering what happened to my drawings. Okay, so we have so much space. So our turn on the boat should be somewhere like this. I'm starting from the turn side and going inward. And then turning in like that. And I'm going to draw a double line on this. Don't too much. I'm just drawing the broad structures right now. And here you will draw these ties. It's almost like rubber bands or hair bands. They've just tied all those straws together and made a boat out of that.
I didn't really understand how to draw the boat.
Oh, you weren't seeing I made it in rough also first.
I didn't understand.
You didn't understand. Okay. So the thing is that this boat, this is the top of the boat and this is the front. Let me show you a picture. See this? Or you can draw the boat in the back also. It's just a simple boat which has got those ties around the straws. Okay? All right. Now drawing these curved lines will make it look like they are rolls or something. And now whenever you draw the edge of a river, always draw it like that. You can draw some grasses. Never draw, you hardly ever see a very firm line by the edge of a river or even the ocean. So you can draw grasses or you can draw rocks also. Here we'll draw some grasses. And then in the background, we'll draw the water. Because without the context of water, you don't really see this, no, as a boat. And just some trees, scrappy trees like that. So we have some scenery. One boat is fine, I think. Oh, let's see 1 second. Let me pin. Interesting. Very nice. Good, good. Looking good. Okay. So now we have to draw the map. And for the map, I'm going to share the picture of Africa. Actually, I'm going to show you how I'm drawing it. It doesn't have to be too detailed, but I want you to see whenever you're drawing maps, you can more or less draw the map and that is fine. Now we also need to write Chad somewhere. Maybe we can write it here. So I'm going to draw Africa in this spot, in this space. I want you to keep your pencils down and first just see how I'm drawing it. And then I'm going to show you the map and I want you to draw your own Africa from the map. So you have to notice a few things like starting from the bottom, the left side is slightly straighter, the right side is slightly rounded, and then you have one horn of Africa coming outside, and then you just have this going horizontal almost, and then it turns around, then goes up, And the turnaround part and the rounded part is almost as much as this. Oh, it doesn't turn around that far away. It's very odd. Turning it inward. And then there is a little break here. And then we have Egypt, which is not at this edge. And you come down and you do this. So ignore this part. I will find an eraser and remove it. And then somewhere over here is where we have Chad. And it's very interesting, the story behind how Chad looks like a face pointing to the left with a lip, almost like an African face. That is how you draw it. All right. So it's just scribbly lines in the right proportion. And as you can see, the proportions are not that right also, but it does not look bad. At least this does not look like South America, isn't it? So I'm going to share the image with you and I want you to try drawing Africa just by yourself.
Can I draw a location sign and then say Chad?
A location sign?
Yeah, like in the center where it's.
No, you don't need to because we are going to focus only on that part of the map. We're not
Yeah.
drawing any other country. And we will be writing Chad somewhere over here bigger. So don't write anything right now. Write it later, maybe. Oh, very good, Ruth. Very nice. I think it's looking good. Yes. One second. Alia, I think your Africa has become very narrow at the bottom. Do you want to change that a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shall we now draw the flag? Sorry, I didn't see.
This.
Yes.
There's a much easier way to do this and make it exactly the way it is.
Oh, really? How?
You can take the page like this and put it on the map on the screen and we can trace it.
Oh, very interesting. Good. I'm glad you came up with that solution. But did you manage it then better?
Yeah. No, this is the one that I did without this.
Okay, okay. So, yes, of course, in some places you can always use these tricks. Nice to discover new tricks. Okay. Now for the flag, I generally find it very boring to make a flag, just a flat thing. So I like to put some waves in the flag. So I'm going to make a flag over here, just above this. Or we can write Chad here. I can't figure out where now.
Okay, I'm going to put a line, uh, a flagpole that goes all the way up. I'm going to make a massive flag. And this line will help me give an edge to my scene. And remember how a flag is a little away from the pole. It's never sticking into the pole. So there's a rope here and a line from where the flag begins. And then you can draw a nice line like that. And you can draw a line coming down and some kind of waves. So that you can draw a fold on top, fold here. This looks a little more natural. Now, wherever the folds are few, the colors will not, the line of the color will not change too much. And whether the folds are much, the lines become exactly parallel to the fold. So you draw this line here like that, this way. This is how you draw a flag. Okay. Now, shall we write over here? CHAD.
Um, teacher, my page has a lot more space to make that sign which had the two animals.
It
It
doesn't
has
have, oh, it has space to make the animals. Let me see.
yeah.
Let me just pin your page and see because you don't have to fill it up.
See here.
Let's see. And where have you written Chad? On the
I'm
left.
writing
Right.
it.
No, you're
It's
right. You are right. You have space over there. So do you want to make the rhino?
not the rhino, not that signs of the country, the sign of the country. That one.
Yes. Yes. You mean the crest.
Yes.
Yes. All right. You can make the crest. Do you have the reference image or should I show it to you?
I don't know. I think I'll do it. I'll do it later.
You'll do it later. All
Yeah,
right. Okay.
when my mama showed me the phone.
Okay, fine. Okay. So I'm just going to take 2 minutes and go and look for an eraser, but you all can continue.
Teacher, in the meantime, can I do a little coloring for for the word Chad?
Can you what? Sorry?
Can I do coloring for the word Chad?
Yes, you can color the word child. But we are going to do the whole thing. We're going to color everything. Has your mom given you watercolors now?
Yes, I have everything for it.
Very good. All right. So let me get my colors and then we can start painting.
Mom, can I try like not doing watercolor for today and doing with another color?
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Can I use color pencils for today?
You can. What I can suggest actually is make the washes in watercolor and then make the details in color pencil. Because then that way you don't, it takes a long time to just paint small bits,
Okay.
large bits, right? Okay. So now I have to get an eraser. Okay, so first I'm thinking let's paint a sky around here. Love painting skies. And also maybe around the flag and some water, even around Africa.
Which size brush should I use? The biggest one?
For the painting, the biggest brush, yes. So I'll show you how you do this, Ruth. To take some color into your palette. And remember to use the brush very gently. So don't press on the brush like that too much. It's just the front half of the brush that you use. And then you spread the paint and see how much paint you have and how liquid it is. So if
It
it
should be more
runs,
watery.
it should run around like that, but not too much, but it
Okay.
should happily run around in your palette. So now this will give us a very light blue because this will spread on the paper easily. And that's what we want. The first layer should be very light. Now when you're applying, I want you to look up, just have a look. When you're applying paint, I try to keep my brush in such a way that I can see the edge that I have to paint. Okay, look here. I'm going to hold my book in one hand and I'm going to paint this very liquid color along the edge like this. And before I run out of paint, I'm going to dip my brush in a little bit of water and take more paint in the brush. So this, you'll get this timing slowly. And just move your brush ahead like that sideways. So you don't go back and forth, you just move forward. You just have to stain the paper and move forward. Okay? That's it. There's nothing to it.
This I tested it out on the back side where no one can see.
Sorry?
I tested the color out on the back side where no one can see.
Very good. But back means that it's going to remain wet for a while. Isn't it? So what I would recommend is keep a rough paper handy nearby.
Okay.
Oh, I got a white patch here. I don't know how. So always paint along the edge so that in such a way that the brush should be positioned in such a way that you can see the tip along the edge. And I'm also going to go around the letters, Chad. I think a little like that, yeah. I love to have a backdrop behind lettering. Not all of it, but some. Now this side again.
This is only 15 minutes left.
Yes, only 15 minutes left. But it's okay. If we don't finish it right now, we'll finish it next time.
I know, but I have to go for a class at 5:15.
All right. So you want to exit
No. It starts at 5:30
5:30. No, all right.
and it's very close.
All right. Okay. So at any point you feel you want to exit, you can, and then watch the recording. I'll be putting it up later.
Thank you.
So it's turning out that my blue color is going all over the backdrop. Most of it, any case. So some of it is going to look patchy, and I'm okay with it. So long as your brush is, keep it flat, and what you don't want to do is paint like that, because that will definitely make it patchy. Go slowly, glide along the paper, and always refill before the paint is completely gone from your brush. I'm going to take this all the way to this other end. Okay, how's it looking? Now, Ruth, there are different, do you know the different color names over here? There are different blues. This is cerulean blue, this is ultramarine blue, and this is cobalt blue. So for our flag, we will be using cobalt blue. Then we'll be using gamboge. And what is the other color? Red. And we'll be using scarlet. So cobalt blue.
Turns out the art palette is turned upside down.
It's upside down? Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay because that is because this thing comes off. So it can be, but their orientation will be more or less the same.
Now I got it. This is the
The
other way
middle,
around.
okay, the middle yellow, the middle red, and then on the row on the right side, this one
Tops.
is the cobalt blue.
Okay.
Okay. And we always start with the light colors first. So we will start with Camboge. And paint the entire center a nice gamboge color. Remember to keep your brush along the edge so you get nice lines. And your paint should be nicely wet. Now I don't have room in my palette, so I'm taking paint directly from here, but I'm fairly confident of the shade or the consistency. Consistency means how thick or thin the paint is. So if
Like
you
it
are
should be very opaque, right?
what?
The gambo should be very opaque, right?
It should be reasonably opaque, yes, but it should flow.
Fine.
Now let's take yellow ochre. Now I have a whole lot of red here, and I'm thinking I want to make a very nice red desert, but it can't be all red. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre to this blend of colors. There's some scarlet, there's some burnt sienna.
The same thing. My mother's made a full puddle of red over here.
Yeah, so just in that puddle, in one side, half of it, you can add a little bit of yellow ochre. That's this color here. And this is going to be our first wash. Because the colors on the image are quite dull. So we can always make our picture much brighter. Look at how my color is flowing on paper. The moment you apply it, it should, and if you tilt the book, it should feel it wants to come down, but not so much that it ruins your painting. All the way down. Make sure you can see the edge that you are painting. You can keep rotating the book. And then towards the bottom. And now, since the houses are also made of the same material, you just carry this forward and paint everything with there also similar color. And a little bit of the color might change as you move from one side to the other. And remember not to go into the water too much. And also take a little bit of the color and spread it in a line like that underneath the houses. So it should look like they are
This why can't we go over the doors?
you know, I don't mind. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now we need to make these reeds look slightly different than the houses. So we'll paint this only a light yellow ochre like that. Okay, now there are other things that we are doing here, but can we finish painting this next week? I don't want to do this in a rush. I realize
Yes.
that it's going to take us another half an hour at least. So let's leave it over here and we can complete it next week. All right.
Yes.
Okay. And then after, if we finish this early, then we'll try and make the rhino. Remind me.
Okay.
Okay. So then it'll become one travel page of Chad and also maybe an information page for rhino. Ooh, look at that. Very nice. Good job. And you've not destroyed the paints, right? So your mom
Yes.
won't be, your
I
mom will
know.
not be bad. Okay. Okay. Alia, let me see yours. How's it looking?
The paint's wet. If I show it to you right now, it'll tip over.
Oh, all right. All right. Okay. Well done, Ruth. Very
I
good.
cleaned it up.
Okay. But you don't always need to clean it up. Huh? Next time when you do it, I'll show you. You can leave some puddles because you never know what colors you're going to need the next time around. All right. So I'll see you next week then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.